A brand new episode of Max Talks Oscars 2026 here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Tittenberg, and today I am finally breaking down the 2026 Academy Awards. My final video breaking down the 2026 award season. Break down the highs, the lows of the Oscars, what I thought they did correctly on the show, what they did not do correctly on the show. So have a lot of opinions and thoughts. So welcome back everyone to Max Talks Movies. If you guys are new, please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, so notified when my videos hit the channel. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, added theater reactions, movie franchise rankings, and every Monday I break down the box office. So if you're just here for my Oscar videos, I have a lot more to offer for you over the next 6 to 7 months of videos on a daily basis, including a really busy week this week. So please subscribe, ring the bell. If you are new, comment down below. What are your guys' thoughts on the Oscars? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? What are your thoughts on the state of awards season? Are you liking the trajectory of the movies we've been seeing winning at these award shows over the last 5 years, or do you think there's a problem? Love to hear all your very contextual and real thoughts on the show down in the comment section down below. And also, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. So this has been an awards season that it's one of my least favorite that I've covered so far. I've been nose deep into the Oscars for over 12 to 13 years now, and this is an awards season that I felt really dragged on more than any other Oscar season that I can remember. There were definitely movies this awards season that I was really passionate about. If it was Sinners or it was F1 or Weapons or Marty Supreme, like a lot of movies that I was like really excited to see how they would fare this awards season. And again, I don't totally transparent with everyone. I did have other obligations on Sunday night, so I wasn't like completely watching the entire Oscar show. I knew who everyone was winning throughout the entire show. If there were particular elements of the show I needed to watch, I watched them. But I had some other work obligations I had to do outside of watching the Oscars. So here, I will say this. I am done being surprised when the Oscars underwhelm me or many people. I see well over 100 movies a year, and usually an Oscar season, the 10 best movies of the year that are nominated for Best Picture are not the 10 movies that are in my top 10 of the year. That's not my problem. I just think we are coming to so many award seasons now where basically all of the major awards go to one, maybe two films. What I mean by that is like Best Picture, Best Director, those type of awards are going to one or two movies. And I just don't think it's the case. And I stand by the fact that what I've been saying this whole awards season, which how does every single award show, we're talking about like hundreds of thousands of different people combined at all these award shows, all come together and say this movie, one battle after another, is the best movie of the year. I just still don't believe that. I do think I'm just getting I'm gonna get a couple rants in on this Oscar video. So one battle after another again, one Best Picture, unsurprisingly here at the Oscars. I did think there was hope for Sinners with a lot of passion and really with the preferred ballot that it would be able to sneak up and win Best Picture. But one battle won Best Picture. It won Best Director. It won Best Adapted Screenplay. Trying to make sure I go through all of the wins for one battle on this evening. On that evening, excuse me, won for Best Casting, which it did not win at the SAG Awards. Sinners won Best Casting. The Sinners won Best Cinematography. Also, one battle won Best Film Editing. So it won editing, it won casting, it won adapted screenplay, it won director, and it won picture. And again, there are a lot of people out there that one battle after another is their favorite movie of the year. And if that's the case, cool for you. It was not for me. As I said, I think it's a really excellent movie. It's not a movie that I love or believe should be showered with all of these wins at the Oscars, but it's a movie that I really liked when I saw it in the theater. I see a lot more flaws than I guess most people have with the film. And again, Paul Thomas Anderson winning Best Director was a layup the moment this season started. He has been nominated a billion times for the last 30 years for a lot of his films, never won an Oscar. Now he's going home with 3 Academy Awards this night for Screenplay, Director, and Picture. So he gets his flowers. Again, there's also a lot of people out there where Paul Thomas Anderson is one of their favorite filmmakers of all time. He has never been a filmmaker that's near my top five working in my lifetime. Again, I love Boogie Nights. I love There Will Be Blood. Sorry, There Will Be Blood. But his last like 10 years of film, I've not been a big fan of. 10 to 15 years of movies. So he's not someone that I was like ready to just give all of the flowers to because of his amazing work of his whole career. I think the Oscars now have become, and I don't mean this in the real sense when I say this, but the Oscars have now become political. And what I mean that is not political in the sense of actual real world politics. I mean it's become Hollywood-sized political, where Paul Thomas Anderson, he might not be the best director of the year, but he has never won an Oscar before. He's been nominated a billion times. Let's give him his flowers. He's waited long enough. Um, Amy Madigan, for example, also. And while I'm happy about this, I think she's easily the best performance. She's by far the most respected actor in that field, for example. And then we have people like Timothée Chalamet, who overly campaigned, really wants the Oscar, doesn't get it. Sean Penn couldn't care less about the awards season, Oscars, doesn't even care enough to even go to these award shows. He wins Best Supporting Actor. I do find a lot of hypocrisy in a lot of the people who are picking these specific people to win awards. It's just not very inspired, in my opinion, with a lot of these awards this season. And it's not like an all-time bad Oscars, or this is going to go as an unmemorable movie. Again, one battle after another, very good movie. Sinners, I'm really happy got the praise it got. Michael B. Jordan winning for Best Actor, really cool moment. Ryan Coogler winning for Best Original Screenplay. Cool for Ryan Coogler to finally win his first Oscar, really well deserved. The fact that it won as well for cinematography and for Ludwig Göransson for the score, amazing stuff. The performance at the actual award show was really well done for Sinners. I guess I'll just break down each of the major awards. Is how I'll just do this here, but I just want to go generalizing One Battle and Sinners. So as I said, supporting actors went to Sean Penn and Amy Madigan. Penn started cleaning up towards the back half of award season with BAFTAs and SAG, leading into his eventual win at the Oscars. He did not win a Critics' Choice or the Golden Globes, but did indeed winning here. He was the only person nominated not at the award show. And again, I believe Sean Penn, out of the five people nominated, was easily the best performance. I think Jacob Elordi is a very close second, but everyone else, I think, are in that mix. And I was really happy to see Sean Penn win. Again, why are we the difference? The hypocrisy is Timothée Chalamet is overly campaigning. It's like he wants it too much. Let's not give it to him. It's a bit too much for us. But the person who really is like flipping us off in the face, not going to any of these shows, he can certainly win. I just think there's a lot of hypocrisy as it comes to the Oscars. But again, on a performance alone, I was really happy of Sean Penn winning. He was the best performance in one battle after another and absolutely deserved to win. Supporting actress was the lone unbelievable happiness of my Oscars 2026 season, which was Amy Madigan winning for Weapons. You can look back at the history of my channel for this awards season. Day one of breaking down the Oscars, I said Amy Madigan is the heavy frontrunner to win Best Supporting Actress at the Oscars. Many people in my life, and here on YouTube and on a lot of other social media pages, said, "Oh, Max, you're wrong. Not this movie from Weapons. It's not going to win." I really got that sentiment when Weapons was not nominated for Best Picture or for Original Screenplay. I was like, all right, Weapons, this is the only thing Weapons is nominated for. No shot she wins. People were feeling the Tiana Taylor boat. A lot of people thought Wumi Musaku was going to win if Sinners was going to be that all-time Oscar-winning movie. But Amy Madigan wins, and this is absolutely the right decision. This is another category where I do believe that she was in a league of her own compared to the other actresses nominated in this category. Weapons is my second or third favorite movie of the year last year. I love Weapons. Should have been nominated for Best Picture. Should have been nominated for Original Screenplay. Really happy to see Amy Madigan get her flowers here, giving a horror performance, a very villainous, dark role. But she really brings that whole film together in the back half of that film. So really well deserved, was the bright spot for me on this Oscars night. Obviously, Jessie Buckley was going to win for Hamnet. She completely swept this award season. Every major award show, Buckley won lead actress for Hamnet. Again, based on the people in the category, I thought she was also another clear winner based on the competition. I think Jessie Buckley is excellent in Hamnet. It's not a performance that when I watched it, I was like, that person's going to sweep every single award show. But She certainly did, and it was Hamnet's lone win on Oscar night. As someone who's been a Jessie Buckley fan for like a decade now, it's very cool to see her getting her flowers in the mainstream. So excited to see the future, what the future holds for Jessie Buckley. Let's get to the hottest category on the night, which was who was going to win Best Actor. And that ended up going to Michael B. Jordan for Sinners. And I want to say this before I get into my Timothy Chalamet rant, that I love Michael B. Jordan. I am very happy for him, what this actual Oscar symbolizes, how much it really means to him. You could really feel. You could also feel the warmth of really Hollywood just liking the guy. Clearly, he's a really well-respected guy, well-liked guy in the Hollywood circles. And it's been a while since he's been really ever that he was taken as a serious actor. Obviously started off like that with Fruitvale Station with Ryan Coogler, but people took for granted him being a serious actor after doing the Creed films and Black Panther. And everyone's like, he's not really that serious of an actor. And then Sinners happens, takes him over the top. He's playing two different characters. He does make them feel very distinct and different. So he was obviously, from my opinion, the second best performance in this category. So I'm happy for the person. I still will stand by this to the day I die, I guess, for this award season. Timothy Chalamet absolutely should have won for Marty Supreme. And everyone's going to talk about the ballet stuff. And I thought they went really over the top with the ballet jokes and people talking about it in speeches on the Oscar night. That controversy, I'm putting it in quotations like it's actual real controversy, did not affect voting. The voting ended before all of the hoopla with the ballet controversy started with Timothy Chalamet, or the opera as well. He absolutely, for me, was my favorite performance of the entire year. Supporting, lead, male, female. He was the best. I absolutely adored Marty Supreme, in my top three of 2025. I think it's a spectacular movie. And Timothy Chalamet really embodied that movie on and off screen. That movie was a very small A24 movie, turned out to be a very big box office hit, one of the biggest box office hits in the history of A24. He's one of the only really young, up and coming movie stars that's really valuing himself as a movie star, wanting everyone to go to his movies in theaters, and valuing the movie theater experience. A lot of other people don't really care about the movie theater experience. As much as these people in Hollywood want to tell you that they care so much about the movie theaters, all these other people are signing unbelievable deals with streaming services to do streaming exclusive movies. And his career so far, he did Don't Look Up. He's not really a main focus in that movie. His movies are very much all in theaters. And he put his heart and soul into that campaign, turned out very well. Marty Supreme walks away with no Oscars on this night, and I don't think that is a good thing. It's an amazing movie that is better than the majority of the films that were nominated this award season. And Timothy Chalamet has to wait. This has Leonardo DiCaprio written all over it, where clearly the best actor of his generation, for some reason, has to wait decades, years to finally win an Oscar. Everyone's acting like this is like Timothy Chalamet's first Oscar nomination, that he's so young, he has time, he can wait. He has been nominated at these shows for a decade now. Call Me by Your Name came out 10 years ago. Like, he has been in the Oscar season for a decade now at this point. Sorry, it came out 2017, so 9 years ago. I'm just going to call it a decade. He's been a part of awards season for a decade now. Nominated for Call Me By Your Name. Being in films nominated for Best Picture, like Lady Bird and Little Women and Don't Look Up. Also being nominated for A Complete Unknown. Being in movies like also nominated for Best Picture, like Dune and Dune 2. Giving unbelievable performances in movies like A Beautiful Boy as well. This is an amazing actor who's clearly the best of his generation, who for some reason, he actually chose to give a crap about the Oscars, give a crap about awards season. I just don't know what we want from actors anymore. There's so many times where people complain about the Oscars and like, well, these people give their speeches and it's all BS. And all the speeches sound the same. All of the campaigning sounds the same. And we have someone who genuinely cares about how the movie is, what the work he put in for, how much he believes Oscars and stuff will validate the work that he's done and all of that stuff. And sure, can he come off as cocky at times? Absolutely. I think he also just believes in himself, believes in the work. And I also believe he would come off cocky if he wasn't bringing in good work, but he's bringing in one of the best works in Hollywood at this moment. So for me, it doesn't really matter how cocky it is. I think it's well earned. I think the ballet thing has been totally blown out of proportion. He obviously misworded and probably could have worded what he said in a better, proper way. Um, but he was trying to talk about how he doesn't want movies and the movie theater exhibition to be a dying breed in society. That was his point. His care and love for movie theaters and movies. And it's been blown out to such an obnoxious level that it hurt him winning an Oscar this year. And I think it's a shame that, once again, this should come down to who was the best performance. And I love Michael B. Jordan. He was the second best performance in this category. Nobody, in my opinion, was on the level of Timothée Chalamet and Marty Supreme. It was the most complete performance of the year. And he will have to wait. He's been giving great work for over a decade now. And I guess we're just going to have to keep waiting. If I were him at this point, I would stop campaigning, stop doing Q&As, because that his, I guess, how much he cares about the awards season has kind of been blowing up in his face. So maybe stop acting like he actually cares. Maybe that will help him win an Oscar when he stops caring about awards season, which is a ridiculous comment. I think as movie fans, we should want the actors, the visual effects people, the costume designers, all these people to want Oscars, want awards, but we want them to act like robots, clearly, because someone who's not trying to act like a robot is losing Oscars, rinse and repeat. So that's my rant. It's a long rant. I feel deflated about it. I love Michael B. I'm really happy for him, what it symbolizes. Don't want to get that in the way. I love Michael B. I'm really happy for him. I just don't like the sentiment that's been thrown towards Timmy at all this entire awards season. Other things, obviously, K-pop Demon Hunters winning animated and song made a lot of sense. Cinema Value winning international also made a lot of sense. Frankenstein winning all of its below the line awards also were slam dunks. We had a first ever tie in the history of the Oscars. I think it was in live action, yeah, live action short, where the singers and two people exchanging saliva won. I think it's the first time in the history of the Oscars there was a tie. Again, if someone doesn't watch the live action shorts, I was like thrown off by like, why do we need a tie at the Oscars? But there was certainly a tie. Trying to think, yeah, Sinners won score, of course. F1 won its lone Oscar for Best Sound, which is really cool. Again, F1 being nominated for Best Picture was also an amazing thing for that film this year. Avatar won an Oscar for visual effects. Once again, obviously, that was also a slam dunk. This was a very predictable award show. I tried in my Oscar ballot video to hopefully give myself some hope that maybe Oscars can throw a wrench into something, but it really didn't. Most of these things were kind of predicted months ago, really outside of the Michael B. Jordan element. So I love Sinners. I'm really happy the love that most people have for this movie and the awards that it got. I love Frankenstein. Really happy it won 3 Academy Awards. F1, Avatar movies I really like as well. Happy they won an Oscar. Sean Penn, Amy Madigan. The acting winners, I love all 4 actors, love all 4 performances. Happy with that for the most part. I just think we have an uninspired best movie of the year, which has been one battle at every award show. So that's my thoughts. I just want more inspired, more risk-taking voting. I think some people out there who vote for these award shows are like, well, I'm not going to vote for my favorite movie because it seems like it has no shot of winning. So I'm going to vote for whatever everyone else is picking, and that's either Sinners or One Battle. And I think a lot of people, when you're voting for these award shows, you can't put together, well, my vote won't matter if I vote for this movie. You vote for what you think is the best of that category. I can't remember the last time the Oscars have felt like that. So that's my thoughts on the Oscars season as a whole. There were some highs, there were some lows, as always. There was also some surprises, some failures as well. It's another Oscars season. There were moments I loved, there were moments I couldn't stand. Thankfully, I didn't like sit down and physically watch the entire show. I'm just not a big fan of these award shows for the most part anymore. But that's my thoughts, guys, on the 2026 Academy Awards season. I want to thank everyone who has joined me from over the last 5 to 6 months covering this awards season. It has been truthfully a lot of fun to break down the Oscars for this long and break down the Academy's, the award season for this long. I've been doing this for over 12 years, but finally getting a chance to fully commit to it on YouTube is a dream. Had my brother on for the Ballot Show. We had a spectacular time. Really appreciate all the really nice support we got for doing that video. And again, I do other videos like movie reviews, TV show reviews, out of theater reactions, movie franchise rankings, and box office breakdown shows. If you like these award show videos, Max Talks Movies is for you. So I'll see you guys in another video very soon.